Now let's talk about another polarizing ranking. And I think it's only polarizing the last couple of years because of the success on the field. Dave Aranda. We both had him at 11. And here he is, ranked 11. And what's crazy is that he is one of the few coaches on here that has a Big 12 championship. Pretty unbelievable. We have him at 11. Why is that? Why do we have him only at 11 if he has a Big 12 championship? I mean, who else in here has a Big 12 championship? No one, right? Oh, Chris Kleiman. That's it. No one. He's one of two guys with the Big 12
Mike Gundy,
championship.
Mike Gundy, Mike
Okay, yeah,
Gundy.
but he only has one. He's only got one. And that was like over a decade ago. So, pretty crazy. Why do I have him at 11? Well, here's why. Has he accomplished a lot as Baylor's head coach? Kind of. Yeah. I mean, yes. Yes, he did. He won a Big 12 championship. Did they win the Fiesta Bowl against Ole Miss? They did. I believe they did.
The Sugar Bowl, but yeah,
Sugar Bowl.
and I
Yeah.
think was it Georgia?
You know? And I love him as a coordinator. I love that he takes responsibility for things. Like, hey, I didn't do well in the transfer portal this year, and I realized that I have to do that to be successful. So I'm going to start doing that. Okay, great. It's like, I didn't make good enough in-game adjustments, right? All right, great. I didn't get my coaching staff we had to make some changes in the coaching staff, which is all good. And I like coaches that take responsibility like that. Otherwise you end up like Jimbo Fisher and you just kind of live in denial and you kind of drive a program to the ground. Thing is, like, none of these things are very, proactive. A lot of the great coaches are very proactive about their adjustments and they change while times are changing. And it feels like Dave Aranda just like he just is slightly a little bit late, right? He caught lightning in a bottle, made an unbelievable line of scrimmage that year. Unbelievable line of scrimmage that year. A great running back, good receiver room, somehow two quarterbacks that ended up working out. Really good secondary, Jalen Petrie. I mean, it was just a very, very good roster that he inherited, by the way, for the most part. So I don't know. If you take away that 2021 year, he's 11 and 22 as a head coach there. That's not great. It's not great. I think a lot of people expect him to kind of be fired after this season. So yeah, that leaves him on the hot seat for next season. You hire Jake Spavital, and you're hoping for an offensive boost there. And DeQuan Finn was an underrated get in the transfer portal as a quarterback, but in this moment, I can't have Dave Aranda in my top 10 coaches in the Big 12, as sick as that makes me feel.
Yeah, no, it was tough. He was my 11th as well. But I put him up there out of respect because he was Big 12 winner, right? And they won the Super Bowl. He was national champ defense coordinator. He did things pretty quickly at Baylor, and then whatever happened, it didn't work out. I was high on him this year. I thought they made some changes philosophy wise, defensively that were going to help them out. Ended up not. Didn't matter that injuries. A lot of bad stuff happened to him. But regardless, though, you mentioned 11 and 22. That's right. That's not going to keep your job very long. It's got one more year to get it done to figure it out with Daquan Finn, Ashton Hawkins, two guys I really love in the portal class. But to be honest, like I think you needed more than that, and I don't know if they really got it. So we will see. I know they've recruited okay in the past, but this year was not really it because how hard is it to recruit when when coach or players are asking you like, "Hey, how long are you going to be here? And am I going to graduate with you as my head coach?" And he's like, "I don't know. I really don't know." And I don't know either for Baylor fans. I hope so. They ran it figures out this year, but I don't know. I really don't see it happening. I think this move, all the changes in the Big 12 helps a program like Baylor for sure. But I don't know if it's going to see immediate returns with Dave Aranda this year. But hey, I do think Dave Aranda is going to be a really good coach one day, right? Like I still believe in him. I don't know what went wrong exactly. You mentioned he was a little bit quick, late to adjust on certain things. Yes, I think that's totally true. But also, I think it comes a time, he's a pretty inexperienced head football coach. And I think, after if Baylor doesn't work out, he'll spend some time elsewhere and then get another opportunity. I think he could thrive there. But yeah, 11 seems about right for him, and it's a shame. It's almost like we're just yeah. I don't know. Hopefully he's still here next year, to be honest. But the reality is, who knows? Who knows? And I think what does he need? 7, 8 wins probably to save his job, and it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. Who's their? Oh yeah, DeQuan Finn's their quarterback, and it just I don't know, man. Dave Aranda, like I love him, man. I love his personality. I love the way that he goes about things and doing things. I don't know how it hasn't worked. Um, these last 2 years, I don't know how it hasn't worked. And you were higher than anyone on them this year, and honestly, I wasn't like I think I leaned under. I think in their over under win total, and you took their over, but um, man, it's odd. It's odd. My guess is that he's out of here after next year. I don't know what Baylor will do with that, but who knows? I mean, this time last year we were talking about, another coach that's actually next.
Big
Absolutely
he's
gone. We're like week 5, he's gone. That's what we said. But so we'll see. He has a chance to save his job next year. But I mean, in the transfer portal, like some coaches kind of like react like in a way like, oh shoot, I'm losing my job. Like I have to do something, right? AKA Tom Allen, right? Just throwing darts anywhere and everywhere, right? But I mean, he saw an obvious need at quarterback and he got Daquan Finn, but other than that, like he didn't have like a panicky portal, right? He got Michael Trigg, who was a good talent as well. Got some interior offensive linemen from the lower levels. So we'll see how those work out. But I don't know, man. I'm not super hopeful for Dave Aranda, but I do put him higher than some of those other guys previously because he does have a Big 12 championship, and I have to respect that.
you have to.